because I don't need to be rescued. I need to feel safe, and I need to lay down and feel that this person isn't going to add more stress to my life. They will actually help lift it. And that's what you need to be looking for too. If you were in this situation, if you were someone that's like, women are too picky and we expect too much. No, we don't. We just were accepting the bare minimum for so long, and we put in so much effort for so long that now we're just like, and you know what? I did this with my jobs too. And I tried so hard with my last jobs and or my last industry. And what happened? The company was going down and I got laid off.
So this is the absolute classic of a video, guys. Here we have a woman who I believe she is 42 years of age. She is a single mother, okay? And we have the perpetual victim video going on here where she says, you know, I put in all the effort. I did everything right. I was trying to make this work. But you know what? It just never works. Okay, I put in all this effort as a single mother into my relationships, and I tell my man every single day that, you know, I don't want to be this kind of person that I'm molding myself into, or whatever the story is, guys. At the end of the day, here what we have is we have a divorced single mother at 42 years of age, who I believe might also be struggling to actually have somewhere to live. So let's jump into this this TikTok video here, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's take a listen.
42 years old. I'm a single mother, and a lot of people write to me on here or in the comments or even in the wild, and they will say that women, especially of my age, are still single because we have unreasonably high standards. And I don't think it's unreasonable, but I do think and know that our standards are quite high because we've been through enough to know what we want and what we don't want.
Yeah, guys, I can't wait to meet a 42-year-old single mother's high standards that she has for me now, because she has so much baggage that she has accumulated over the years. Right? Women think that this is some sort of grand thing, okay? Oh, I've been through a divorce. I have a kid. I've been with a whole bunch of dudes who every single one of those relationships and flings and situationships has failed. But you know what? It's because all of that gives me the ability to have my very high standards, right? When men hear this crap, they just zone out. No dude wants to meet incredibly high standards for a divorced 42-year-old single mother who creates TikTok videos. It's simply not happening. And also, a lot of guys understand that women set these very high expectations for the men that they are not attracted to. If she is attracted to you guys, women have incredibly low standards. We all know this, or at least we should all know this. Let's continue.
However, speaking for myself and probably a lot of other people out there, maybe men and women, I'm done trying. I don't want to try anymore. It hasn't worked out for me in the past, and whenever I have tried to salvage a relationship, I have shapeshifted to try to meet some sort of standard or be good enough, not only for that person, but like for their family too. And, you know, especially my last relationship, I kept trying to be a different person all the time. Just, you know, every time I felt something was off or I would feel scrutinized or whatever, I would try to change that part of me to meet who they wanted me to be.
So here we have more vague language, and allow me to attempt to translate this absolute nonsense. You'll have to forgive me, guys. I've had a long day, all right? You know, I come home, And I listen to these women on TikTok, and sometimes my interpretations are incorrect. So feel free to leave your own down in the comments box below. But she's saying that she has to keep changing herself for previous men that she's been with. This is something that a lot of women do in two situations. Either A, they change themselves and they change their behaviors and everything because they want to reflect what Chad likes. Okay, they've got some highly attractive guy, and women will just absolutely change their entire personalities. They'll change how they look and absolutely everything for those men if they're attracted enough to you. And situation B is when you have a woman who's trying to change herself into more of a family woman, even though she belongs to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, notice how men don't say this crap. I want to point this out. Men don't go, yeah, I was with this woman for ages and I had to just change myself whenever I felt scrutinized. Because the language doesn't make sense, okay? Some shifty crap is going on here. And when women say this stuff, guys, you know, usually it represents one of a couple of things. Neither of them are good. We either have a 304 pretending to be a housewife, which is common, or we have a woman who's, you know, bending to some dude who she's highly attracted to in order to fit his mold. Okay, because women who are normal, who are pleasant, who aren't out here hooking up with a whole bunch of dudes, they don't have to do much changing for men to like them. Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, it's not hard to meet men's requirements by contrast to women's. Okay, so if you have to change 57 things about yourself, that makes no sense. If you're a normal, healthy woman who's not crazy, you don't have to change anything. You really do not. You don't have to develop all of his hobbies as your own. You know what I mean?
And it never worked because it wasn't authentic, I think, and it didn't come natural. But who I was didn't fit either.
Yeah, okay. So if I didn't fake being a different person, he wouldn't want me. Interesting. Makes you wonder how the woman got into the situation in the first place, right?
And one day I just woke up and I was like,
this marriage is over. I'm bored.
Just be me. Then maybe we're just people that don't belong together.
Yeah, guys, don't you hate it? You know, when you're married to your woman for like, I don't know, let's just say 7 years. And then one day you wake up and you're like, man, I just want to be myself. So I divorced her and I took the kids. You know? Yeah, guys, I didn't quite feel like myself today. You know, I just cannot be myself in this marriage. It's over. Like, what kind of logic are we even applying here, man?
We're just people that don't belong together. And that's okay. But I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to make the effort every time, which I used to. I used to make the effort every time. You know, I would spend majority of the time with, you know, these people and their families, or even like dating. Like, I would always be the person to go to that person and to like do the things, make the plans, anything fun like I would put together. And I'm not just talking about my past relationship, I'm talking about all of them.
Yeah, so the dating that she's referring to here is all of the men that she's dated, she's wanted to be a part of their lives, not vice versa. And usually what this tells you is that the men that she's chasing are highly attractive chads, right? Or dudes who are very successful or have a lot of clout, or a combination of all three of those things. Usually it's just highly attractive men, guys. Like, again, women complain about this, right? They're like, well, I had to put in all the effort. I had to make the dates happen. I had to plan everything. And if I didn't do that, then the man was not interested in spending time with me. Do you ever think, right, that maybe you shouldn't have been chasing these dudes? Maybe they just weren't interested in you. But now you realize it when you're like 42. You know, it's all very well and good to chase chads when you're 23, but now that you're 42, you're fed up with it. Like, get the hell out of here, man. Now that I'm 42, guys, I'm a single mother and divorced. I refuse to chase those chads. I won't be making the plans anymore. I'm not driving straight over to their house. You have to come to me now. And a lot of guys will just sit there and they'll be like, no, no thanks.
Like 90% of the time, I put in the work. I tried to make it right. When there was an argument, I came with solutions and a white flag. And it still didn't work. So now I'm just not trying anymore. So if you come to me and, we're dating or whatever.
I'm just going to put the video faster because she's talking so painfully slow.
And there's some bumps in the road, that's okay. But I'm not dealing with someone being mean or their drama or anything like that. I'm just not. Because all I need and deserve in my life, and you too, is peace. Because I don't need to be rescued. I need to feel safe. And I need to fucking lay down.
Yeah, guys, I don't need to feel, I don't need to be rescued, but I need a guy who has a house, right? I need to feel safe. And I need to be able to lie down, i.e., I need him to start looking after the kid and pitching in time-wise because I'm tired. It's like, oh, I don't need to be rescued. I have my own job. But at the same time, if you're a man and you're coming into my life, oh, you have to provide. Like, if you read between the lines here, guys, I'm just going to say what I think we have here, okay? We have a woman who was a 304 who was chasing Chads, who got into a marriage, who had a kid. Then she just wanted to return to the streets, the streets where she wanted to be herself, as it were. So she divorces her husband. She returns to hooking up with the bad boys. None of them want commitment with her. None of them want to put in the effort. And here, at the current time, we get this TikTok video where she's saying she's had enough. She does not want to be the one putting in the effort anymore. I mean, it just really is comedy at a certain point, guys. 42-year-old single mother doesn't want to be saved, but she's sick of being the one putting in the effort. I mean, I just can't, man. It's funny. It's funny. It really is. It's just hilarious. We're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, guys. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.